Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday night. It's supposed to be the chat show, but we're going to do a listing show instead. Hope everybody's doing well. Let everybody get settled in here. And if you would please let me know if sound is good, video is good. I sure hope so. Hopefully no echoes. Thank you, Unicro. I appreciate it. It's actually Japanese. I'll tell you what the title is right here. Hold on. Like traditional Japanese something. I really thought it was very pretty. And more importantly, it's copyright free. So I won't have any issues with that, which I experienced on my very first show. It was terrible. Hey, True Miscellany. Thank you very much. All's well? Good, good, good. So we can get to the good stuff. You might have seen a post I made on Instagram a couple hours ago. eBay was down for a while. It looked like most of the country. Hi, Barry. Thank you. It was a login authentication. Like no matter what you tried to do, it kept taking you back to a login screen. I'd hit login. Anyway, it looks like that's all resolved. I put up a post saying that if in the event it wasn't working, I would just reschedule it tomorrow. But it looks like we're good now. Whose house have I broken? This would be the lobby of Disney's Beach Club Resort. One of my favorite places in the world. My wife and I honeymooned here. So it's a place near and dear to my heart. That's kind of funny, Lake Erie. Maybe. Who knows what's going to happen? Supposedly that went through, right? I read earlier. Like $44 billion. Unbelievable. Yeah, Winnicroll, I was in Monroe, New Jersey, was the town. A little bit south of New Brunswick area. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Rutan, how are you? eBay default is a new listing. Oh, yeah, maybe. Thank God I still have the traditional listing tool. I'm accustomed to it. I like it. I'm trying very hard not to have to give in and use that new one. I know it'll eventually be a situation where you have to use it, but until then, I'm going to keep holding out. All right, guys. Well, if you guys are ready, we're going to start listing here. Hey, Sarah. You did some organizing in the warehouse. Oh, yeah? Cool. Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed only because I was trying to send some offers out to watchers. And I don't know, I had like 20 of them or something, which is a decent amount for today. And that's how I first noticed it was down. I was trying to send offers. And you know how like I had, I don't know, 4 or 5 in a row I wanted to select. And you can only choose a percentage off if you do more than one. I went in and I was doing like a 20% offer. And when I hit the 20%, the value didn't change. And I said, uh-oh, what's going on? So I went out, I rebooted my computer, I did all that. And then I searched online that said that it was actually down. So thank goodness nothing went wrong with that. I've heard people tell tale of sending out offers and like all kinds of chaos ensuing. Like you send out an offer for, let's say 10% off. And somehow, let's say your item was worth $50. Instead of 10%, they're getting an offer for $10. Oof. That could be scary. So I was kind of afraid of that. When I saw that it didn't change the number, I said, oh, back out. And that's what I did. Forskate, I'll bet. Oh, Monroe is next door to you? Yeah, really? It seemed a little bit north of you, but yeah, it was a nice town. It was a nice show. I did a show on Thursday night, a private event, and it was really fun. All right, guys. Well, what we're going to do tonight is the listing show. Travis, my partner in crime for the last couple of months, needs to take off this week and I think next Monday, but he'll be back most likely the following Monday. He went back to school and he has all sorts of term papers and all that stuff due. And he just said Monday night, it's like a prime night for him to do that studying. So I said, don't sweat it. We'll do listing shows until he gets back. So he will be back probably about 2 weeks time. But I'll tell you, and if anybody saw my video this morning that I posted out of frustration, my little quickie video, whatever they're called, short video, I was going to make my what's sold video. We had 3 sales over the weekend. Yep. Not embarrassed to admit it. I'm aggravated. I'm mad, but that's all we had. It was awful. Probably the worst, definitely the worst weekend I've had since going full time in 2018. Things happen. And the best way I know, short of double checking your listings and making sure everything's good, but I know it's good because prior to that, everything was doing great. I'm just going to write it off to economy and shenanigans abroad and all that stuff, and maybe it just wasn't the weekend for sales. But I got the 3. I guess I could be grateful. I've heard a few people say they got nothing, which is really terrible. When you work as hard as I know all of us do on this business, it just kind of stinks when you see no return. But today's been okay. Still a little low, but much better than the weekend. And the best way I know to get out of this is to list. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Ooh, Lake Erie's having a strange eBay issue. Yeah, I've had. Do you have an iPhone or Android, Lake Erie? I know there was a problem with that with Android for sure a couple of years ago. I haven't heard I haven't heard much of new problems like that. But that stinks. You want to hear the cha-ching? That's the big payoff, right? Just when I have some good That's all right. Just make a list. Make a list of stuff, guys. Again, we'll be happy to go in there. And I'll even send it to them. Maybe we'll do what I might do is, if you guys want, because tradition dictates Monday night, that's what we do, right? Give me a list. If you guys have anything, I will forward it over to Travis. He will look them up. And then I'll come on again probably later in the week. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I'll come on. I'll do a show. And I'll read the results that he gives me from those items. If you'd like to do that, that would be great. This way we're not missing out. I know it's a cool feature of our show. Home. Lee Greenwood. That's kind of funny. iPhone, huh? Yeah, I agree. There's no payoff if you don't hear the cha-ching. It's happened on occasion with me too. You know that? It's like there's a delay, let's say. Like if I'm down here working on my computer and I get a cha-ching, the phone's usually pretty close to the computer. Sometimes like I won't hear the cha-ching on the phone, but I'll see it on my computer screen. And then there's like a 15-second lag or a 30-second lag. And I'll finally get the cha-ching sound on my phone. That's what we all live for. Lee Greenwood tribute band. That's very, very funny. Are you saying there's a resemblance there? I would have to look up what Lee Greenwood looks like. Is he a country guy, I think? It's hysterical. He kind of looks like Lee Greenwood, doesn't he? Oh, my goodness. Going to have to pass on that information. Notification never worked on your Android. I never had an iPhone until maybe 2 or 3. Actually, when I went full time, so 2018 was the first time I ever had an iPhone. I always had Android, since the smartphones came out, and that was exactly why. The Android app in general was just lousy for eBay. The photographs weren't that great, and I used to use the Samsung all the time, and I went to iPhone. I've never had an issue with the eBay functionality. Yeah, that's not a bad move. Not a bad move at all. I totally agree about the sound being all the fun. All right, you guys got your thinking caps on? You want to look at some cool antique ads, as we say now? We're still on 1906. For those of you who were on a couple of nights ago when I did the last show, I think it was Friday. I guess it was Friday. Thursday was my Beatles show. I still have a bunch of ads from that listing that I did, the photographs that I did, so we can go through. I think it's like still 19. So if you guys are ready, just reinstalling the app. Yeah. Sarah, where's your update? You selling any more ads? Let me know what's going on. I'm really seriously excited for you, and I want to know how you're doing. For those who might not know, Sarah is ripping up a Spiegel catalog inspired by my videos. She's getting into vintage prints, which I think is awesome. And I think last week asked her, she had sold 4. So I'm sure hoping that number went up for you, Sarah. All right, without any further ado, let me pull up my eBay listing screen. There we go. Can everybody see? I'll pull down this banner because it's blocking the bottom of the screen. There we go. All right, everybody, here we go. 1916 again, same issue that we were working with on Friday night. It's a 1916. I think it was, let's see what month it was. May of 1916 Collier's Weekly Magazine. We have a bunch of good ones. We have a bunch of full-page ads from this era, which is kind of cool. So let's bring in one. You guys can let me know what you think. We'll work with the full page one to get started tonight. Then we'll drill down into those little ones. There's a lot of good stuff in those little ones, but yeah, we'll pull in. This is the only quasi color ad of the bunch. So let's pull that one in to start off tonight. And here we go. It is for a brand of shaving cream called Williams Shaving Cream. Gentleman standing there applying shaving cream to one of those brushes, which is kind of cool. There you go. It almost looks like toothpaste. It's like a metal toothpaste container. Anybody familiar with the brand of Williams Shaving Cream? Because I am not. I see Sarah wrote. Hold on. I want to see. Maybe she's giving me an update. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, we are sans glitch now. Thank goodness. It took a couple hours for me. And I heard a few other people had the same problem. But Glitch Bay is back. Sold a bicycle after 1918. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. This past weekend was tragic for me, eBay-wise. Is that the only new one you've sold since the initial 4, Sarah? Oaktress. I saw you did a post on a crow. Grabbed the box, great condition, 1990s National Geographic. Okay. That's cool. And they're in good condition. That's great. They're not funky and mildewy and wet. Yeah, I've never seen that brand either, Roten. No, I have not. Did you come across some, Tracy? Punch magazines? One are they dated from? Very clean. Good, Monocro. It's kind of huge. One more shameless plug. It's not really a plug. Did you guys see the video I did a couple of days ago? I did a part 7 for the print ad series about methodology for pricing. Curious what you guys think of that. Yeah, very nice artwork on that. Absolutely. We will definitely, we'll blow that up for you, Monocro, too. Been listing a lot of buttons and sold a pound. Wow. Buttons. We went through this last time. I apologize. Is it similar to what Don sells, Auction Professor, like old military buttons, or are they more current? Are they just like buttons from women's clothing? Hey, Eric, salutations. What's going on, man? You got to let me know what the frog thing is. I always notice you have that little frog icon in there. It's kind of cool. Just curious if there's a story behind it. When a Crow has punch magazines, cool. Tell me about them. I'm not even familiar with it. I haven't heard of that. Oh, you're very welcome, Barry. You like it? It's a game changer, man. It really works well. Every ad you're going to see tonight was sliced up using the color paper cutter. It's the only one that fits. These magazines are even bigger than life. They're 15 inches tall. So without my call, I would be screwed. Peace Frog. Gotcha. Little Doors action, sure. One of my favorite Doors songs. I'm not a huge Doors guy. I don't mean to. I mean, I'd still take them over virtually anything else that's been made in the last 35 years, but I'm not a huge Doors fan. I think they're good. They have a place. Some very cool stuff. That's one of my favorite songs is Peace Frog. Antique buttons. Abalone. Wow. Ocean Pearl. Dark Pearl buttons. Very cool. Neat ads. When are they from? Tracy? Like what decade? Great for politics and humor. Define early for me. You got me wondering now. I'm going to be on the lookout for these Punch magazines. I haven't seen any. Oh, is it a British magazine? Don't know what that is. Hercule Poirot. Lots of cool characters. Yeah, that's cool. 30s. Okay, very cool. And it's British, right? You guys said? I'd love to see that. Maybe, Tracy, maybe you could do a post on Instagram, put a picture of a couple of them. I'd really be curious to see them. I'm always a sucker for that stuff. All right, guys, let me, when Crow was saying she thought that the artwork on this was kind of cool. It is. I don't know if there's anything. I'm going to blow it up super large on my screen for a moment and see if I could see an artist name. Sometimes we always look for that. There's a few things we always go through every show. And that's one of them. See if there's some kind of famous artist. I don't see any artist name, signature, anything of that nature. It's just basically, run of the mill shaving cream. It says Williams Luxury Shaving Cream. Little dab will do ya. Smooth, all that stuff. Been out for 75 years at that time, so around since what, 1840 or so? Clearly was around for a while. I assume it's no longer in existence, but you never know. Maybe they changed names. Maybe somebody else bought them. So much history with this stuff, especially when you go back this far. It's very cool. Hercule P is an Agatha. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, you didn't buy them. Oh, that's a shame. Looks like Leyendecker art for a bit. Okay, maybe. You have to bring me up to speed on what that is. Oh, you almost did? Cool. Who would you have played, Eric? Don't say bass. There was no bass. Well, they had session guys, but not live, right? It was just Manzarek using his feet as a bass. Alrighty. Let us begin listing this guy. We'll go up to our title. We'll type Williams. I'll put luxury. I think that's how they say that, right? Luxury shaving cream. Bam. We'll go to our category. And notice, everybody, yes, I'm using the old quote-unquote style listing tool. I keep getting this prompt at the top. A new listing experience is coming. Bam, X that out. I don't want no part of that. Not a fan. Not a fan. You can see there's a collectible category, health and beauty, shaving and razors. That looks like a good fit for this guy. My store category, and again, I've said this a few times, but I haven't had any feedback, so that's cool. But if you guys ever need any help with setting up categories in your store, they've made it very simple recently with some updates. That's one thing. You got to commend eBay when they do things right. And they put out an enhancement maybe a year or so ago. I forgot. But the way that you add store categories is much more streamlined and easier to do. And I have a bunch. But anyway, the one I'm going to select for this is personal care products. I'm in print ads 1910s because we're in 1916. And then we'll fill out our specifics. Again, has anybody had any luck with with the exception of this weekend, I was kicking butt and came to a crashing halt this weekend. But has anybody had any good experiences by adding in those recommended specifics? If you guys had any, I would like to know if I'm the only one that kind of got any. I certainly wasn't the only one, but the only one I've heard of anyway that's had some good results from doing that, because it is a pain in the neck and it's time consuming. And I know we'd all rather be making money or doing something more productive. Hey, Dawn. Welcome, welcome. Silently watching and nodding her head. This is, I'm glad I saw this. This is a full page. So this is 15 by 11. Big ad. Look really cool in a barbershop, or you tell me, where else would this look cool? A whole bunch of places. That's what I always try to put into, I don't know if I ever showed everybody this, but I have this little thing at the bottom. These old advertisements are ideal for collectors, historians, museums, home and business decor. And it's really true. We've sold to a few museums, actually, which is really cool. I think I mentioned before a guy in St. Louis that is a curator of some sort of Anheuser-Busch facility. I don't know if it's a museum or something, but he is always in my store and always on the lookout for new Anheuser-Busch stuff. I'm frozen. Just my camera. Can you hear me? That's funny. 1, 2. Here we go. What did we say before? That guy Musk must have bought eBay too. Cool. Yeah, I'm working on the camera, guys. Sorry for this. Not sure what the hay is going on, but we'll get it back. We will. We will. Do. I was saying something cool too. All right. I think we will be back in just a moment. Thank you for letting me know I was frozen. It's funny. You start getting into a conversation and I'm not looking at myself, you know? Intense echo. For crying out, Christmas. You see me now, everybody? Everything I say and do is doubled. All right. One of the funnier comments you'll see right here. All right, let's finagle. Let's finagle. Let me know, everybody, okay? How about now? Yes, you see me. We're talking audio now. How are we doing with audio? We echoing? Audio perfect. Hi, Sandra P. No echo for True Miscellany. Uh-oh. Eric's good. Now it's just reverb. Turn it back up. It's the volume's low, right? That was intentional because I don't want to bother everybody with the echo. I assure you this isn't me, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely StreamYard. Volume is too low. How about now? Sorry we have to go through this lousy drill, but the whole point of doing a live show is to be seen and heard, right? Volume up. It was me with the echo. Ooh. So all that time there was really no echo? Thank you, Barry. We're good? All better. Thank you, Dawn. Sorry, everybody. Okay, cool. All right, no problem, Winter Crow. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. We have fans of each other. Tracy, meet Dawn. Dawn, meet Tracy. Okay, anyway. Sorry about that. Well, video is back up, audio is back up, and we're not echoing. That's all good things. Let's go back to this listing. What the heck was I saying? I was saying something good. We'll get back to it. Did I fill out all the totally lost my train of thought now. Okay, we have all our specifics. Oh, I wanted to know, did anybody else go in and update some? You had 2 windows open. No problem, Winnicrow. Did anybody else go in and have any success with updating their recommended specifics on eBay? I'm just curious. I did a bunch a couple weeks ago now, and up until this weekend, it was doing great. All right. Well, there's not, I don't think there's really a lot to say in this one. You know, we always look for some kind of cool image or something that deserves more inspection, you know, and this is kind of cut and dry. It's a guy putting shaving cream on a brush in front of a mirror. So I don't think there's too much we can elaborate on, but we still want to try to get, you know, as close to those 80 characters as we can. I have Michael's under the brand. Oh my goodness. Yes, I do. Thank you. Good catch, Rootin. Williams with a little apostrophe too, but we're not going to do that because eBay stinks with that stuff. Oh, you've been updating them every day, huh? I know they are mostly irrelevant. I'm always using NA. You know, 90% of the time it was NA. You caught up a while ago. Yeah. I never touched that California prop section. Has anybody else had to touch that? That usually doesn't come up as like a recommended, does it? I know it's always blank, but that would be interesting if you do have to populate that. I don't think I have one listing with that thing. It doesn't have anything in there. I just leave it blank. Oh, Dawn, that's right, Dawn. You feeling better? Hopefully. It will take a while if you were on vacation mode or whatever they call it, time away mode now. You've been putting California. Oh, that's interesting. How about anybody else? Anybody else using that, putting anything in that California thing? I never have. Great artwork, handsome male. Shaving routine, gay interest. Oof, because the guy, he's gay because he's shaving. Hey, Carl, welcome. I checked out a little bit of it was the tail end of your show, Carl. Sorry, I would have liked to see the whole thing. I didn't get a notification. Ladies and gentlemen, has everybody hit that notification bell on my page? Speaking of which, if you haven't, please do. And if you wouldn't mind liking this video, despite the video cutting out a few minutes ago, I'd really appreciate that too. If you give it a little thumbs up. It's also a shaving soap. Wow, a lot of comments coming in. Hold on. I'm starting to a new brand called NA. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what that is, Winnacrow. If anybody knows what that is, feel free. I remember before they changed the old listing tool, which is only a couple of years, right? That was a new version of a previous listing tool. That California prop thing was only to do with certain products, I thought. And I've totally disregarded it the last few years. So I certainly hope you don't have to put NA. NA can have the opposite effect. You think so? How so? What do you mean? And that you should put something in every field? Rosy cheeks is actually cool, Rutin. How about style, guys? Like let's pull up this picture a little bit bigger again. Focus on the photo. Like he's just like in an undershirt, right? I mean, there's nothing. Usually we look at the clothing, especially the women's clothing or the hats or the hairdos, and people come up with really cool terms I've never heard of to describe all those outfits and the style elements. Everything. Well, I like Barry. Thanks for that. I think we're going to put in soap. There's a word. Wife beater. Yeah, I'm sure that would go over really well. Guinea tea. That's what we used to call them. I'm half Guinea, so I could say that. That's wonderful. Good, good. I'm really, really happy for you, Dawn. Is energy, it took me a while to get my energy back. Like, and I'm not even talking about to go out and run around the block or anything. I'm talking about like energy to get up from your seat and walk to the kitchen. Hopefully you're not experiencing that, but I'm really happy to hear you're doing well. Yeah, I know. It's such a joke, Sarah. Most of that stuff. It's on all cigars. Okay, so it is dependent on the item you're listing, obviously, right? I'd like to think a print ad is not a carcinogen, right? What's the word? Carcinogen? Something like that. Everything causes cancer. If you put an NA, it thinks it's a new option. Maybe. Yep, me either, Winnacrow. Here we go. Its goals are to protect drinking water sources from toxic substances that cause cancer and birth defects. Well, that's a admirable goal, without question. I don't think it should be a canned. It should only pop up with certain categories, in my opinion. Why would you have that as just a standard thing? It's ridiculous. Think about how few items are sold that meet that, right? That would ever cause any sort of that would have any toxic substances. I don't know. Where's Ralph Nader when you need him? Yeah, same with me, Don. Hey, Gulf Coast, what's going on, man? Welcome. Ooh, that's cool. What was it? Just out of curiosity. What? Yeah, the fatigue. It'll eventually go away, Don. As hard as it is, you just got to keep trucking, Get up. Take a walk. Just try. I know it takes a bit, but It will come back. Cancer definitely. That's a truism right there, Tracy. Yeah, probably rooting. Good point. Yes, I've done that too, Tracy. Especially when they're totally irrelevant. I sell a lot of records. I sell a lot of 78s. I think you do too, right, Tracy? You have some 78s. Annie, I think, sold a bunch of 78s. But they come up with some ridiculous add-ons like that. It's so irrelevant. And on those, I'll fill out, as many as I can fill out. I always make an effort to fill them out right from the onset. Like you see with these listing shows I do. I try to fill every, I certainly, of course, you got to do required, but I try to even fill in some recommended if they apply. But just filling stuff out for the sake of filling it out is a colossal waste of time. A flask. Wow, that's kind of funny. Yeah, color for CD. Exactly. That's a great example. Just pure nonsense, guys. But we don't make the rules, right? All right. Who said we're going to put soap, because it's also a soap. So we'll put what? Handsome man, we said. Mira, maybe? That's good enough. We're spending a lot of time on this ad, and this is probably the easiest one. So let's just get it listed. I haven't heard of the brand, but I'm not gonna put this up at any kind of premium. It's my $14.99 is my regular price for a full pager. I want to sell stuff. I don't want to turn people away with prices that they might perceive as too high. Yeah, it would look awesome in a barbershop. Absolutely, I agree. List. Oh, you're saying to add barber. Cool. Okay, I will. I can go back in. Please stand by. Let me go in and put barber is a great word to put in, even though it's not a barber, but B-A-R-B. You're right. Try to attract barbers, put them up in their shop. All right, I put barber in there. Let me list that. I have been rooting. I just started doing that. Let me go back. I'll show you why. Not why, but did I save this as a draft? I sure hope. I hope. Create similar. Okay. Yeah, I did. I went all the way up to a 10%. Hold on, let me just erase this off. 10% on the promoted for my ads only, because I want to sell them. I have so many listed already. I have like 20,000, maybe 25,000 that I want to list, and I have to start moving stuff. So if that helps, I'm going to try it for like a month or so and see if it has any impact. Again, I have such a ridiculous return on investment on these things. Like even if they sold for $5, I'd be making like 1,000 times on my money. So I don't mind the other 10%. I really don't. And it doesn't really apply to everything. What's that new, they rolled out something where you can see now when you send an offer, I think, was it, right? If you send an offer, you could see if the people you're sending the offer to clicked on a promoted listing in advance. It's always been a problem for me. Like there's no real way for us to know. eBay says, yeah, this was sold via promoted listings, but how do you really know that? You have no idea. They're the ones telling you it was sold promoted. We have no way to proactively see if something that's being watched is by virtue of a promoted listing. That drives me nuts. But yeah, I'm trying that route, and it's probably not a long-term thing. I dabble in, I go up and down. I had it as low as 1% because I know a lot of people were thinking that 1% would do the trick. But I saw, I'm numbers driven like a lot of you guys, I'm sure, are too. And like when I see things like when I see the traffic dwindling because I go down to 1%, it scares me. So I go up a little bit. I'm always going up and down with the promoted, but I'm all the way. This is the highest I've ever been by far. All right, let's pull in another photo or another advertisement. What do you guys? We got some cool ones today. We have a bunch of full pages, like I said, which is kind of rare for this period. Yeah, I'll pull this one in. This is interesting. Can everybody see that? And if God forbid I freeze or something again, please shout in the chat. I don't want to miss it again. And Eric, I did add barber, so thanks for that idea. You guys see this? It is for National Cash Register Company, featuring the one and only Uncle Sam. For those who may not know, when you see things with Uncle Sam, that would be big time bolo. Uncle Sam sells, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Sam sells. And it's an interesting item, an interesting cash register company. Like it was some exciting new innovation, which it might have been at that point. I don't know. It wasn't around 1916. Excuse me, I just spilled a dab of soda on my blotter over here. There we go. Don't want that to stain. But kind of cool, isn't it? Not something you see every day. Dayton, Ohio. There you go. Is that a town close to your heart, Barry? I don't know. Oh, Dawn. What are you eating, by the way? Yep, in Dayton, Ohio. Maybe Dayton, Ohio is a bolo too. I don't know, Barry. But check it out, everybody. We have, I know the wording is very small, like it always seems to be, but the original cash register rang a bell, indicated and recorded the amount of the purchase. It benefited the merchant only. Ooh, I think this is a new innovation where you could see, how cool is this? Where the purchaser could see the price, when it pops up 10 cents. Interesting. They say it's a business necessity. All right. This is going to be challenging for me only because first of all, I've never listed a cash register company. National Cash Register. I think that was what it was called. I have to be creative here with putting it in categories and stuff. National Cash Register Company. And out of the gate, we are putting Uncle Sam. Yeah, category. I can't even imagine what this is going to pop up. You see, we have a collectible category for cash registers. Barry Hughes with some knowledge. Hold on. I'm going to pop that up in a second, Barry. You see this, guys? You have a category for cash registers proper, but nothing for advertising of cash registers. This is my most hated category on the planet. You could see the dilemma I would face, right? It's just everything from 1910 to 1919. So my feeling is if I put something in this, it's going to be basically throwing into a black hole. It's just a mishmash of every conceivable product for a 10-year period. I avoid that like the plague. So I'm going to roll the dice here. But let's see if we select this category, what sort of specifics it prompts us for. Very, very limited amount. This is kind of cool. So yeah, we'll go with this. We'll get it in front of the eyes of people who might be into cash registers. And let me pull up. I saw that Barry wrote some interesting information about this. Canadian folks, I can't explain what she means there. No idea what that means. But enjoy your pork. NCR was based in Dayton, Ohio for many years. They moved to Georgia about 10 years ago. Okay, cool. They invented it to keep cashiers from stealing. That's why they're saying it's a necessity for business in the advertisement. Very cool, Barry. Yeah, I have printed it in the title. Exactly. I'm going to put it there without question. I'm not putting it into that abyss of just general merchandise. First cash still made on display at the Dayton Engineering. Very cool. So you guys recommend should I put Dayton, Ohio in there because people in the know would be looking for that? Got to get Uncle Sam in. Huge bolo. All right, let's pull up the picture for everybody. Kind of a cool illustration down there too. It's just like a street scene, and there's some it says dry goods, and it's like a smokestacks, and I guess it's supposed to represent just industry. Prevents disputes over charges and bills paid. It saves shoppers time. It looks like it was geared towards the shopper, but I could see your point about making it safer for businesses so that their cashiers aren't throw a little money under the table. So this definitely was a huge innovation, apparently, for 1916. Yeah, I got it in there when it called. Cool. 1916, Eric. All the ads today are 1916. Giant Uncle Sam. Yep. Oh, you're saying I should put the word giant? Maybe I will. I got Dayton, Ohio, and it's 1916, Eric. Giant Uncle Sam, says Eric. Yeah, he is kind of dwarfing the buildings, isn't he? Giant Uncle Sam. That's probably most of the... Yeah, look at that. That takes us to virtually the entire character limit. Pretty cool. Really interesting. All these years and all these stuff I've been listing, I've never come across this. Hold on, we have more information from Eric. NCR research team led by Joseph R. Dash broke the German Enigma code. Wow. All right, so this is some bright folks running this company, clearly. Innovative, forward-thinking, you know. Very cool. I'm pleasantly surprised that the category itself, which sometimes causes a problem. I've mentioned this a bunch of times, typewriters. Whenever I list typewriters, which, by the way, is coming up. Spoiler alert, but typewriters don't have an advertising category. So sometimes, can I fit NCR? You think that's, I mean, I put the full name, but yeah, I actually can. I'll put, look at that. Perfect, Winnicrow. Okay, cool. I appreciate it. Thank you. You can see, can everybody see the full title now? Let me know what you think. You know, I always want to get everybody's approval before we hit enter. Kind of cool, right? Got NCR, we got Giant Uncle Sam, we got Dayton, all in one title. Oh, what did I miss? My store category. I'm actually going to put computing and technology because it's really a computing machine in a way, right? Tabulator. Featured refinements, National Cash Register. Where is featured refinements? Does anybody see that? There's the California prop warning we've been talking about, folks. And you see that's always as additional, not recommended, which is, I guess, why we don't have to put it in. Yeah, and it gets into what it is right here. But I'm not sure what this featured refinement is. Let's hit it and see what happens. Okay, it's just added. Kind of cool. Are we satisfied with the listing as titled right now? I think it's pretty good. My first cash register advertisement after all these years, and thousands and thousands and thousands of listings. All right, we're gonna let this one rip. We have a lot to go through tonight, so no reason to dilly-dally on ones that we're done with, right? I want you guys to see as many as possible. It's just a cool variety of items. Okay. Cash register is down. I'm going to do all the full page ads first, then we'll go down to the smaller ones, which there's always some goodies to find in those small ones too. But let's get the full pages up first. All right. Uncle Sam is done. You know what? I was just talking about it, so. Oh, the Paul Winnicrow, the Victorian eyesight. I know. I definitely get it. Look at this. We have a Corona typewriter. Remember, I was just saying typewriters don't have a category. Ooh, very, very cool. Which I'm noticing, and you guys, I'm sorry, YouTube is on a 10-second delay. That's why I keep looking to my left. Okay. You see how it looks like a fake typed letter up there, right? With an autograph. Jack London autograph. Jack London, famous author. So that's kind of cool. We're going to get that in there. We have the Corona personal writing machine. That's an attractive looking ad, everybody, I think, anyway. It's kind of small. Look at the guy's hands, like in relation to the size of the typewriter. That's probably very, very compact for those days, don't you think? I remember we listed a typewriter maybe like a couple of weeks ago. It was from 1905, so it's only like, what, 10, 11 years before this, and the thing was like the size of a a mini refrigerator. It was huge. So this is very portable and easy to carry around. Travel typewriter, cool. Is that what it says? I didn't read the writing yet, but people. It only weighs 6 pounds. Yep, it does say traveling. Good call, Rutan. All right, so let's get in here and start writing this guy up. We're going to put Corona. And then I'll show you how frustrating this is for me. No typewriter category for advertising. That's a good question, right? Then before they merged, it might be a Smith typewriter and a Corona. Somebody could look that up. Oh, this is strange. It doesn't even say typewriter. Hold on. Hold the phone. A trick sometimes, if you X out or delete, you can force eBay to give you the category you want. And there it goes. See? Collectibles, typewriters. We also have antiques typewriters. I've never seen this one, actually. Mercantile trades and factories typewriters. I'm just going to click this because I've never seen it. And I would like to know what the specifics are for this. I'm going to put this in home. Household items. That's very, it folds up. That's kind of great. Look at this, guys. We have one specific that almost scares me, though. Mercantile trade and factories typewriters. Do we think that's, what do you guys think about this? It seems too simple to me. The other choice would be the one I've used a bunch of times is this one. Pens and writing instruments typewriters. I'll show you that has a different selection of specifics you have to fill in. You say Corona type. I like this one. Corona. Vintage, most definitely. They don't have an antique category. But see this stuff, like I'm going to put United States, even though I don't know for sure, but I would be willing to bet at this time it wasn't made in China. It's not modified. Material is paper, actually. I don't know if it'll take that. Yeah, it does. Cool. So it's definitely portable. And what did I put? Automatic. Does that apply? Manual, right? We'll put manual. This is 1916, ladies and gentlemen. It really does look pretty modern, though. For the time, it really, very nice. Corona Typewriter Company, Inc. in Groton, Groton or Groton, New York. When a crow, I figured you'd be all over this, looking up the history of Smith Corona. All right, Corona portable. I'm going to put portable typewriter, antique, and head. I want to put Jack London in there because he's a very famous author. Just want to check something quick on the one I just listed. Did I forget to put my print ad verbiage in there? I hope not. Nope, it's in there. Okay, cool. All right, back to this one. I'm going to blow this up again. And I will present that screen to you guys so everybody can see. Hello. I'll show you the blown up one. And you could read, we could read together what's on there. Here we go. You see that? You can see Jack London. It's an endorsement from Jack London. It says, in short, the Corona is the best machine I have ever traveled with. Not hundreds of thousands of words, but millions of words. And with all 5 carbon copies have been typed on my present 2 Coronas. Sincerely yours, Jack London. So we are endorsed by Jack London. Here's the rest of what it says about this typewriter. $50 in a traveling case too. Writers for catalog, and they always, a lot of these ads they solicit for catalogs, like write us and we'll send you a free catalog for almost every product, which is kind of cool. There we go. All right, so I am most definitely going to select Jack London. Pull up my first screen again. Okay. Author, should I write author? Yes. Author Jack London. He wrote Call of the Wild, which I remember being one of the first books I had to read in school. You know, after you're in the initial like Dick and Jane books. I remember reading Call of the Wild. Oh, and this is not food, is it? No, this is household item. Dawn, I know you're enjoying your pork right now, but you know how before you guys were saying that the shaving cream would look great in a barbershop, right? Wonder what kind of a business could you think that would put something like this up in there on their wall? I guess just about any business, like any traditional office environment. Personal writing machine. We put travel. Travel, I will put. All right. This one go too. That's a nice one. I'm putting this up a little bit. I'm going to go up $5 on that one. Jack London. Bam. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. Any office. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, cool. And I'm serious, guys. Like I told you, I got to show you. I have a few Beatle ones from Life magazines from the 60s with the Beatles on them. There's two famous covers. And when I got that big haul of Life magazines, I kept those for myself. And I framed them up and they really look beautiful. They look beautiful. And I've heard from people that buy these things from me that almost all the time that's what they'll do. They'll put them in a nice frame and hang them up on a wall and display them as true artwork. You guys have seen, I mean, some of these things are very elaborate and beautiful. Okay, we got the typewriter. We have a lot of car ads, which is typical. Lots of car ads. We have lots of car ads. And we actually have ads for car batteries from back in 1916. We have a couple of food ads. Let me say what all right, let's pull up this one food ad. We'll get this out of the way. This is one we had last time, I think, too. It's a different ad, but it's Heinz. We always talk about the 57 varieties of Heinz. Well, now we have canned Heinz spaghetti. Oof. I wouldn't eat this if you paid me, ladies and gentlemen, but maybe at that time it was something that appealed to a lot of people. But already cooked canned spaghetti from Heinz. Up for your consideration as the next advertisement. Well, let's go in and put Heinz first and see what comes up. You see all these choices, and right out of the gate, that's interesting. They put jam, jelly, and peanut butter. We had a Heinz peanut butter ad last week, which again I had never heard of. But this is Heinz. What the heck was it? Spaghetti. Oh. Food and beverage. Okay, we're gonna go with this category: food and beverage, other food and beverage. That's fine. I agree, Crow. It's almost as bad as Spam. What were we joking about? Spam and what's the other garbage that they eat in this area? That terrible breakfast byproduct, quote unquote, meat. Scrapple. Ugh. Exactly, Crow. It sounds like SpaghettiOs. Awful. Or Franco-American. Okay. Let me fill out some quick specifics. Original. Print ad. States. Not modified. There's the dreaded California prop warning. Certainly doesn't apply here. 1916. Black and white advertisement. As every single one left today is going to be. They're all black and white. Spam is putrid. I agree, Dawn. Excuse me. Yeah, Dawn. I thought Winter Crow wrote that. Now, you're a woman of mystery here, Winter Crow. Somehow you think like Franco-American canned spaghetti, which I agree is disgusting, but you'll eat scrapple? Ugh. I can't compute those two. Okay. Exactly. That's funny. Yeah, root, and I'll probably put 57 in there. Yep, most of the Heinz. We always put Heinz 57. There's a lot of different Heinz ads you'll find, though. Every product under the sun. Do you ever use the search categories link? Yeah. If it's something like that I haven't come across, like typewriters, I use that all the time when I was trying to find myself. Oh, I'm seeing haggis written. Oh. When I first was looking for something for typewriting, I would use that. I would put in typewriter and didn't have any luck. Spam is putrid. Spaghetti hoops, as they say in England. That's interesting, Rutan. He likes haggis. Yeah, well, it's probably the same thing. Scottish. Isn't it like sheep's stomach haggis? Oof. All right, well, this is another relatively easy one. It's nasty canned spaghetti. In fact, I'm going to put canned. I'm also definitely going to put, like Rutan suggested, Heinz 57. Canned spaghetti. I'm not going to put any commentary about it's stored in sheep's stomach. Okay, cool. Yeah, Dawn, you should. At least a bite, right? Then you can spit it up when nobody's looking. 57 varieties already cooked. Heinz spaghetti with tomato sauce and cheese included. Yum, 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 yum. We did talk about this Friday. Again, we have a very ornate, look at this border, guys. It looks like Roman columns almost. These are things that, like, if there's something specific, like a piece of architecture or a movement in architecture or artwork, I try to throw that in with the hopes that it might bring in some, interested parties that collect that stuff, that might be looking beyond just the fact that it's Heinz and say, oh, that is Greek architecture or something. And this one has that kind of column thing, just like last week. And also on the very top on either side, there's two women. They almost look like Mary Poppins. They're dressed very much like Mary Poppins with some kind of bag. Don't know what any of that means. I don't know if any of it's noteworthy for the listing. Probably not in this case, but I just wanted to point that out, that I get kind of involved sometimes with these, especially these really older ads. I look for things like that. Like if that's a specific type of a column. Yeah, we have a factory complex again. We did last time too, Winnicrow, remember? Didn't we? Oh no, we had what the heck was the one last time? They were farming cucumbers or something. This one says one of Heinz 16 branch manufacturing establishments located in Holland, Michigan. That's what that illustration is at the very bottom. Italian art. It almost, I wouldn't say, no, that's not grapes. I was going to say, does that look like grapes at the bottom? It is kind of Italian. Oh, Grecian was what we used last time. Can't quite see what the things are on the corners and sides oval. It's just floral. Let me blow it up, guys. You can watch it. Dawn, you can check it out. We dig deep on this show, don't we? That's what makes it fun, I think, don't you? My camera's blurry. Hold on. You know what's cool? You just tap on the phone and bam. I'm paying for 1080 HD. I want 1080. Okay. Harvesting's a good word. Let me set up the large version of the picture so you guys can get a closer look at it. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Here you go, Dawn. Does that help a little bit? Holland, Michigan. Yeah, you think that's a Something cool to put in there, Eric? Yep, it's one of the factories, it said Rutan. Can you guys see that a little bit better now? There's some kind of, I don't know if that, my first thing was it looked like grapes, but I don't think it is grapes. And they have that, kind of ornate column thing. And there's two women on the side, on the top of the columns with like some kind of basket, and it almost looks like birds are flying out of there or something. I'm not sure. And if we go to the bottom, there's the Holland, Michigan manufacturing plant. And then you can see now right on the side, aside from the spaghetti, you have a cream of tomato soup. You have good old Heinz ketchup. You have Heinz chili sauce, Heinz ripe olives, Heinz olive oil, which I've never seen in my life, and Heinz cider vinegar. Just some of the 57 varieties. That almost looks like, what do you call tomato vines? Yeah, maybe you're right, Dawn. That's right. And that would explain these bags, right? Like they're harvesting tomatoes, maybe. What is you see this type of artwork at the bottom that they did? Isn't there a name for that? Like a, oh my goodness. Tomatoes on the vines. You think so too, Sandra, huh? Grecian or Italian? Yeah, Dawn, remember we put Grecian last time. Wholesome farming. That's a cool play on it. What is the word I'm looking for with that drawing? Do you see like the use of lines? Yeah, one across says line drawing. But isn't it like from a wood plate or something? I thought there was a name for that style of drawing or illustrating. I don't know if it's a lithograph. Again, I don't want to get, that might be getting really ridiculously involved. Oh, no, it has sauce, Eric. Mange. Tomato sauce and cheese, I might add. Steel plate. Maybe it is steel plate. Reminds you of winchback postcards. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a style. And that's what I was alluding to in the beginning. Help us, Tracy. What is that type of artwork called? I look for things like that in some of these ads. Like I look for, certainly for fashion, if the clothing, or a style of clothing, like we use Edwardian a lot. We use Victorian a lot. Annie, who's usually on this, is great with that stuff for identifying like hairstyles and makeup and clothing lines. So I always look, I try to find something interesting to add to the title, like Art Nouveau, right? We use that a lot. It looks like a painting that they made black and white. No, it's definitely a drawing, but it's like the use of those lines really tight together is definitely a style. Hey, PT, how are you? The columns are Federalist? You don't say. Oh, get out. You actually messaged eBay. What'd they say? Tell me they actually answered you. That would be amazing. Steel plate might be right. Oh, yeah, pre-cooked. Yeah, I wouldn't eat that if you paid me, Eric. I guess if you're starving to death, you might. And if it was a choice between this and Spam, I would go for the Heinz spaghetti. Federalist. Talk to me, PT. What are we saying? Federalist. That's the style? The style of column? As opposed to Grecian or Roman? They said to put NA. No, we don't trust them at all. Did they say you have to populate it? I've never had when you go through your recommended and you click on it, I've never had that field identified as something etched. Want to crow with the word etched. Oh, Barry with your mustard. Oh, don't get me started, you guys, with these crazy food habits you all have. Etched. Yeah, I like etched too. All right. Well, with that said, what are we going to put? Let me bring back my main listing screen again. Everybody got a good look at the close-up. So much back and forth on this program. Here we go. Bam. Okay. Let's see. How many words do we have to play with? We have Heinz 57 canned spaghetti. You can't use Grecian unless you earn it. Tracy. At 2, Tracy, I thought you had a little food class. You know what I'm saying? Thought you were a paisan. Etched. But what do we want to put? What was the town? Something Michigan. Let me pull that up again. Because I think somebody had mentioned we should put the name of the plant in there, or the town where the plant is, which was Holland, Michigan. Holland, Michigan. Etched. What? Etched drawing? Etched illustration? What do you think? Illustration takes us just about to the end. I know, that's hysterical. We're trying to make a putrid product sound sophisticated by using words like etched and Grecian and Federalist style columns. Anything to get away from the fact that it's a nasty product. Etched style art. Etched style. Cool. Michigan MI capitalized. Boy, am I getting petty at this point, but can you guys see that? I think it's capital I too. Etching, says PT. Yes. I have etched. Is etched not appropriate? Detailed etching instead of etched, right? Etching. Oh, we want. Oh, yeah, we got Holland in there. Holland, Michigan etching. Holland, Michigan plant. Etching art, maybe. How about that? Not if I would have to remove something to put in artwork. PT and Winter Crow is saying, and Root, and are all kind of saying etching. Gag-inducing canned pasta. Amen. Odonata Whims. Good evening, usually. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. And feel free to contribute at any time. Don't be shy. Trust me, we got lots of varied opinions on these things. That's part of the fun. Everybody has their own take on how to word things, which is wonderful. And I get the benefit of getting everybody's advice, you see. Retching. Enough with those idiots. It's in it once again. What's the category we're in? We're in food, beverage, other food and beverage advertisements. So why would they think they're getting an etching? Huh? Phooey. Go back to my normal price on this one, just for the disgusting nature of the food. Yeah, exactly. Attention Kmart shoppers. We have the Heinz spaghetti in aisle 3. Blue light special. Say hello, everybody. Yeah, PT, we got to try to make it sound more sophisticated than the garbage it is. I agree. I think we did a heck of a job doing that. All right. Like I said, we got a lot of ads to go through tonight, everybody. So let's roll. And I hate this thing. It's always at the top of my things. Exit out. Food. Dummy check. Always got a dummy check. It's in food. It's in food. Do I have all my things filled out? Yes, I do. All right. Let it rip. Time to move on. Fooey is a little used. It should be used much more often, Fooey. Hong Kong Fooey. I bet you Tracy remembers Hong Kong Fooey on Saturday mornings, right, Tracy? Hong Kong Fooey. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Capitalizing on the Kung Fu TV show and the popularity of Kung Fu. I remember it well. Okay, we got the food ad. Do we have any more food ads? Yes, we do. We have another food ad. So let's stick with the food. We try to keep in like categories so we're not bouncing around. Let's pull this one up. The dish of Sunday night, because what else says Sunday night than puffed wheat or puffed rice? Screams Sunday night to me. Wow. Oh, man, I would have actually liked to have those, Tracy. I used to love that stupid show. That's another one of those classic things. Like I literally haven't seen that since, when was it out? Like 74 or something. I haven't seen one rerun of that. I bet you if we watched it now, I would say to myself, why did I watch this? Why did I think this was good? All right, well, check this one out, everybody. Yes, of course, Dudley Do Right. Yep. We have puffed wheat. I think we did a puffed wheat. In fact, I know we did a puffed wheat ad a couple nights ago, Friday. I think this is interesting because, first of all, why are they saying it's the dish of Sunday night? This requires further inspection. The Sunday night supper of childhood is something one never forgets. Sunday is the home day. It's Children's Day, and the late dinner suggests a bedtime dish. We suppose 1 million dishes of puffed wheat and milk are consumed every Sunday night. Who knew? Does anybody have that tradition? A bowl of cereal on a Sunday night? Kind of a cute scene, though. Got a full moon, got a church steeple. Little girl, I'm going to assume. Not sure, actually, because they used to have those kind of haircuts. The boys would have haircuts like that, too. All about puffed rice. We went through this whole thing. Remember the last ad was like a whole history of puffed rice and how it's created with those cannons. Yeah, it's a bad haircut. I agree totally. Get some makeup. Cereal shot from guns, exactly. Travis is studying, Tracy. I made an announcement in the beginning of the show. He's going to be off this week and next week for sure. He's probably going to be back the following Friday. Excuse me, Monday. Today's Monday, right? The following Monday, which would be like, let's get the calendar out. Like the 9th, either the 9th or the 16th, he'll be back. He's studying he went back to school, and he is studying for finals and devoting a lot of time and writing papers and all that kid stuff that he suddenly got himself reeled into doing again. That you thought it was over years ago, but nope. That's hysterical. No, could you imagine, PT? Sunday night, everybody, who wants a bowl of puffed wheat? Yes, Winnicrow, thank you. You will have cereal? Yeah. That's okay, Tracy. It was just something in the show. I wanted to let everybody know because it's Monday night. We usually do the chat show, but I figured I would do a listing show until Travis is back with us. And also, Tracy, since you said you didn't miss the announcement, part 2 of that announcement, and I haven't seen anybody put a request in. So don't be shy, guys. Put a request in. If you have anything you'd like to look up on WorthPoint, like we usually do that segment every Monday night, let me know what it is. Write down your titles or whatever you want to look up. I'll copy and paste and I'll send it over to Travis. And then between now and my next show, which will probably be like Wednesday night or Thursday night, I usually just pop on one night during the week when I feel like it. I'll go ahead. He'll check out those things for me when he has time. And I'll get back to everybody that put in a request. So this way we could still kind of have our segment. It'll just be delayed a couple of days. Oh, I love oatmeal. Steel oats are delicious. Irish steel oats. There's a bolo for your tummy. Oh, look at this. A Winnicrow video. Interesting. We'll have to check that out. Chuck Wagon chili. Chuck Wagon. Remember the Chuck Wagon commercial with the wagon that went under the car was the dog was chasing the Chuck Wagon through the kitchen? A chick wagon, yeah. You don't see those every day. Used to cook off a Chuck Wagon. You could use that, Dawn. You like that? It is a bowler for your tummy. Irish steel oats. We haven't made any Canadian jokes yet, and it's almost, what is it, 8:15? It's not really a joke, but it's a serious question. And what kind of oatmeal is popular in Canada in your parts? And do you put maple syrup in your oatmeal? I'm curious. Exactly, Roten. Yeah, it made its own gravy, remember? But it was like, ha, ha, and you'd hear the horses. It was like a little clay animation, I think, of a Chuck Wagon running through the kitchen. Yep. I just love that commercial. Okay, what do we have here? The dish of Sunday night, puffed wheat. So first and foremost, Quaker Oats. Oh, we talked about this Friday too. The uniqueness of this guy is that it's a Quaker Oats ad without the Quaker Oat guy, the Quaker. You know, the legendary Ben Franklin looking guy with the hat that's on everything that says Quaker nowadays. This predates him. I think we looked it up and he didn't appear until the 30s. So let me put in Quaker puffed wheat cereal. Quaker. Oh, you got to look up. Cool one, Carl. Yep. I'm going to, anybody puts a request in, I'll just copy and paste onto a document. I'll send it out to Travis. He will get it back to me at his leisure. And when he does, I will let everybody know on my next show. Deal? This way you don't miss out. Wheat. It's funny. They actually, if you notice, it's not just puffed wheat, though. It says puffed wheat, puffed rice, and then very small, it says corn puffs, bubbles of corn hearts. Remember Sugar Pop cereal, which was basically a corn pop with sugar on it, like a glaze of nasty sugar? Let me see how I'm going to price this one. No, I know it is, Dawn, definitely. I just can't see a Canadian putting like log cabin, garbage syrup on their food. Complete violation to all things Canadian. Stop with the Stewie speak. Not sure what that means. No references to comps. Okay, I will put that up. Cool Whip. The good old days when they used to use sugar to sell everything. Absolutely. Frosted Sugar Flakes. They're great. And not shy about it either, right? Like coatings of thick white sugar all over the flake. Delicious, by the way. When's the last time when's the last time you guys have had the Frosted Flakes cereal? My God, I used to love that stuff. I'd probably choke on it now. I used to love Frosted Flakes. Captain Crunch. Love Captain Crunch with the berries. What are they called? Just crunch berries. Well, it's funny. We say the good old days when they used to use sugar. You notice there's no mention whatsoever of sugar in 1916, though. This is just literally puffed wheat, puffed rice, or corn puffs, period. No sugar, no preservatives. A Sunday night tradition. Every kid in town sits down at midnight like that. Look at that. With a big old bowl of puffed rice. No, wheat is just a joke. How people say wheat. I was just accentuating. I don't know what an imitation was, though. All right. Quaker Oats Company, right? Should we put Quaker Oats? Yes, we should, because that's what it's known as. Puffed wheat. Children, what was that little tagline? The dish of Sunday night. I think that might be the end of this. I think I'm just going to write the dish of Sunday night. Oh, I'm not going to write it because it doesn't fit. Cheating, right? NITE. No, that's a good thing. There's a push towards that here too, Dawn. Like even soda will, like, soda should be banned from the country like cigarettes, but they'll say, like, pure cane sugar now in certain drinks and stuff, um, as opposed to high fructose corn syrup. Honeycombs are good, but again, they have that coating of funk on it. I don't know what that is. Probably high fructose corn syrup, actually. Eat your gluten. Exactly. Yeah, it's poison, isn't it, guys? Sarah, it is poison, that stuff. Literally poison. And it hooks people. It's addictive. Pure garbage. Okay, I think we're good with this one. Except for the fact that I have Heinz in there. Let's fix that. And, wow, see, I'm getting lazy on this one. My goodness, this is not other food. Let's see if it has a cereal. It does. Cereal Quaker. Bam. Let me fill out these specifics. Brand is Quaker. Cereal. Original. Black and white. Yeah. US of A. Not modified. 1916. Sweetened among dust. The bowl haircut. I know I was going to use that, but again, you know what? What do we do when we can't fit it in the title? We create a custom item specific. We throw in bowl haircut. That's a great point, Winnet Grow. Sometimes those little things that hold on. Illustration worthy of a Christmas card. No, apparently not. I don't watch TV. I don't know any of these shows. Seriously. If it's a show. Clearly, I'm too busy listing print ads. 24. Speaking of which, list. Oh, that's what I was, you saw me looking over here. I was trying to figure out what the heck. Unintentional banning. We don't ban Sarah. Do we, Sarah? All right, hold on. I'll try. Oh, Tracy knows how. Saving the day. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tracy. Sarah, come back to us. Sarah. Sarah, say something. Tracy slipped the finger there. Bam. Using the power for no good. I was trying to look to see what the heck she said. I'm like, why in the name of God? You're back, Sarah. Tracy apologizes profusely. Just a mistake. All right, cereal is done. I believe that takes care of all things. Nope. Again, every time I say that, I pull up something else. Not one, but we have a repeat ad here. It's the same brand, but a different, totally different picture. Let's see what this one's about. Keeping fit, you'll conclude Quaker Oats, the chief place in that struggle. This is an actual ad for Quaker Oats, along with an aluminum cooker that you can send. Let me read the details before I start talking about it. I might be wrong. But anyway, it's another Quaker Oats ad, but it's not for puff cereal. It is for actual oatmeal. And you see at the bottom, aluminum cooker, double cooker, by the way, extra large. Is made to order. Quaker Oats are cooked perfectly in it. It's actually designed for Quaker Oats. Ooh, $1. You had to cut out the bottom and send $1 to the Quaker Oats company in Chicago. and you would be the lucky recipient of this wonderful aluminum oatmeal cooker. Again, I asked the question to all of my fashionistas out there. It looks like giant bowling pins. I don't know what she's holding. Do you see this? In each hand, she's holding a long black pin-looking thing. Very casually dressed. Only, I guess she's working out. Maybe those are weights. Keeping fit. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Poor Sarah. You probably thought that you had another you had some kind of a, like I did earlier with eBay, some kind of glitch. Yeah, juggling pins. Great point, Tracy. Maybe that's what they are. Rutan says they are exercise clubs. Similar to a weight, I would imagine, but instead they're clubs. Yeah, that cooker is a bolo, Don. They do look like juggling pins too, though. But she's exercising, and I mean that's a tremendous exercising outfit. It looks like a nightgown. I don't know what these people were doing in 1916, but let's. This is going to be an easy one to list because we have a lot of the stuff already populated. We're already in Quaker categories, so I'll put Quaker Oats again. Oatmeal. Definitely want to mention the fact that she is keeping fit. Keeping fit. Woman. Are they really called exercising clubs? Keeping fit woman, exercising clubs. I'll tell you what, that fills the whole kit and caboodle. Clubs used for exercising. Winter Crow, of course, back in 1916. Used them. Oh, Tracy with some sort of link. Click at your own risk. Actually, I can't click it because, yes, I can. In StreamYard, I can't click it, but in YouTube, I can click it. What are you showing us? Is everybody clicking on her? Here we go. Large antique American laminated. Say that word for me, guys. Parquetry? Wood Indian Club. Exercise weight. There you go. Wooden weights. Great job, Tracy. Trying to make amends for accidentally bumping Sarah right off of the show. Wow. I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. All right. So that's definitely something we're going to mention. That's kind of funny. All right. What do I have in there? Didn't I put clubs? Exercising clubs. Now they use the term exercising weight. Do we like clubs? They look like clubs, though, don't they? What are you guys saying? Club or weight? Indian clubs. Okay. But we know the YouTube gods with Indian might think it's some kind of, something to take down, which is so unfair. Weighted clubs. What do I have in there? Yeah, I like the word weighted. That's a good call. Keeping fit. Maybe I don't have to put woman. It's kind of understood, right? Weighted clubs. Exercise. That takes us to 0, everybody. If I put weighted clubs and exercising. Yeah, I like that, Dawn. They're called Indian clubs. I'm not sure what I know, just because of the word Indian. Don't get me started with that stuff again. Actually, ironically, one of the ads we have coming up has the word Indian, has nothing to do with Indians. Yeah, I think that works too. In fact, I'll probably bring that one up next, just so we could keep the controversy going that doesn't really exist, but somebody wants something to do. All right, this is good. Printed Quaker. Let's release it. Let us release it. Let's bring on the other Indian. And thank you for that link, Tracy. I appreciate it. That really cleared it right up. It's probably exactly what she's using. Oh, win a crow. It'll bring up a warning box, Rutan. Yes, Eric. Very good. Indian motorcycles. Exactly. And there's no, I'll pull it up so we can see it now, but I thought it was a great looking ad. You don't see a lot of 1916 motorcycle ads. Yes, Sarah. Indian motorcycles. Very good, you guys. Let's pull it up. Nice looking ad. I'll get rid of keep it fit and bring in the Indian motorcycle. The grand prize machine. Look at that. It's a handsome looking advertisement. It looks like a bicycle, doesn't it? The only grand prize awarded a motorcycle at the Panama Pacific Exposition was given to Indian. Wow, a world record was set on this machine. It traveled 1,000 miles in 21 hours and 3 minutes. A world record. These are the kind of bike honors that Indian is always earning for itself. And at the bottom, you have a choice of either receiving. Apparently, Indian also makes bicycles. Is that right, Tracy? Already? Is he back on? Because the deal went through, right? Today with Musk. Now, yeah, I probably will. Because I was going to say, Eric, if you look at the bottom right, that's a bicycle. The left is a motorcycle. And at the bottom, it says, look up the Indian dealer in your city before you buy anything on 2 wheels. Send for motorcycle or bicycle catalog to Hendy Manufacturing Company in Springfield, Massachusetts. Does anybody think, who was saying, Rutan, you were saying that I might just get a pop-up? I'm just going to write Indian motorcycle and see what the hell it says. I'm not in the mood to deal with people and their stupidity right now. Indian motorcycle. Let's see if we get like whap, whap. As you see, there is a category, ladies and gentlemen. Collectibles, transportation, motorcycles, American, Indian. If it's a category on eBay, we shouldn't be blocked, right? I don't have a motorcycle category on my store. I'm going to put an automobile. Because in a way, it is automatic. United States, it's systematic. It's hydro. Very few specifics to put in. Look at that, just 3. I would like to know everybody's opinion on this. Do you think that because we're using the word Indian, it's going to cause any issues? I really hope not. There's no reason for it. There's nothing in this ad that is offending in any way, shape, or form. In fact, they don't even have like a picture of an Indian. Like, yeah, that is a bicycle too, Rutan. At the bottom, you see in the photo at the top, it has a guy riding a motorcycle. The bottom left is that same motorcycle, and the bottom right is just a bicycle. And it says you could send away for a brochure. Yep. They still make it, Barry, right? So we should be good. I see no whammies already, right? And they do have a category, which is very encouraging. eBay has their own category, right? So let's build up the ad a little bit because it's kind of cool. And, you know, incredibly sparse amount of specifics. Not modified in US of A. Beautiful. Kind of along the same lines as my auto advertisements. I always mark them up. I usually go to $19.99. And we will do so with this motorcycle. Now, this is not, I forgot to change my dimensions, so I'm going to have to go in and fix that on some of these. But this one is a 1/4 page, so it's 7 by 5.5. 1/4 page of these large 15 by 11s. I want to modify that so people don't get angry and think they're getting this big old advertisement, and it's really only 7 by 5. Click through the warning page. So I don't want you selling. Yeah, that's what I figured, Winnicrow. But I just worry about, you know, everybody right nowadays. It's like use a word and everything gets triggered. Like media mail. I'm like, okay, cool. So we think we're good, right? You know what I come across a lot, Sarah, and I'm going to call World War II stuff. I always preach about the World War II ads and the popularity. Every time you put a World War or just put WW2 or WWII, you get the Nazi warning that you can't promote Nazism or use blah, blah, blah. And of course, you just accept and it goes through. So maybe that's right. Maybe that's all we'll get on this one. I just get afraid nowadays with this stuff, like use one word and Indian motorcycle. So aside from all that nonsense about the word, we could put for sure that they are. Okay, let me read at the bottom. It says, at the left, the 1916 Indian featherweight, 2.5 horsepower, 3-speed Indian starter comfort saddle. So that beautiful looking piece of equipment right there went for $150 in 1916. On the right side is an Indian motorbike, little brother of the big Indian motorcycle, and built along the same style lines, electrically equipped, price $40. Miss Flip It is in a presence.
I am.
The grand prize machine. What should I put in there, Eric? Add Power Plus. Why is that? Yeah. Exactly, Winter Crow. Every time I put WW2 in there.
Hi, Winter Crow.
Hi, Winter Crow. Eric, what is Power Plus? I'll throw it in there, but I don't know what it is. Didn't say bicycle though, did it? Hindi manufacturing. Yeah, that's at the bottom. You think I should put that in? Is that a famous place? It says send for motorcycle or bicycle catalog, Hindi Manufacturing Company, Springfield, Mass. We will, want to call for sure. We're just knee deep in cookie orders, and the weekends the craziest times. Miss Flip It runs a very well-established home bakery business, and we're swamped right now. Baking love, one sweet treat at a time. All right, Rutan. Yeah, I got Hindi Manufacturing in there. Anything else anybody could think of? We only have 8 characters. There's not really a lot to mention. I was going to put, oh, I see where you said Power Plus, Eric. Sorry, yeah, Power Plus Motor. How about Motor? Power Plus Motor. There we go, groovy. Hindi, H-E-N-D-E-E. Yep. All right, let's hit list and see if we got any warnings. Here we go. Oops. Let's read this well. Before completing your listing, make sure you're following these requirements. If you're listing an art or craft made 1935 or later, we're not. Including the state or federal recognized artisan's name and tribal affiliate. No. List items, collectibles, 1935. So we're pre-1935. If you're listing an art and craft that's not made by an enrolled member of a state or federally recognized tribe, oh my God, you're not allowed to describe the item as Alaska Native Indian or Native American. Thank you, Winter Crow. Yes, please do. What do you guys think about this as we read this? Has anybody ever come up against this warning? You know, it's telling us to put, if you meet these sets of criteria, to put them in these categories, right? We're pre-1935, so the whole first section is void. Part 2, if you're listing an art or craft, is this an art or a craft? It's a print ad. That's not made by an enrolled member of a state or federally recognized tribe. And the item is in the style of a Native American piece, which it's not. Yeah, it's clearly not meant to be. Oh, you do rooting for? Okay, cool. I'll trust you guys. I mean, there's no indication. There's no feathers. There's no anything. It's just the word Indian, right? Awesome. And trust me, I will let everybody know if this causes any kind of trouble. I just wanted to show you that. It's funny because we were talking about Indian, and everybody said Indian motorcycle, Indian motorcycle. Cool ad, right? Alrighty, like I said, tons of car ads. I'm trying to avoid them. We'll get to them, but I want to kind of do them all together. And I think it's almost all we have left. No, we don't. All right, we have an old film or camera ad.
Hey, you're at the beach club.
Yep. Or we have this one's interesting. I'm going to pull this up, everybody. And this is a very tiny ad. So let me fix my dimensions first, so I don't forget. What we have here, the product called Sonora, Sonora. The instrument of quality, clean as a bell. I am assuming that is a record player. No, we did not use Eskimo last week. Remember we used like Alaskan Boy or something like that for that character. But this fascinating feature first used on the Sonora by which music may swell and die away adds greatly to the pleasure of the listener. Its purpose is to fit the sound of the size of the room without disturbing the melody. I think this is a record player. Yes, phonograph. There we go. Sonora Phonograph from 1916. $225. If anybody wants to say what that would be in dollars today, that is a fortune. If you adjust for inflation, 100 years, 100 plus years, that's got to be like thousands and thousands of dollars. Clearly not the kind of thing that every Tom, Dick, and Harry would have in their house. It's also from, blow this one up too, the Sonora Phonograph Corporation on Broadway in New York. They would show you off this example of this. They would like actually demonstrate it for you. Again, a kind of an ornate border, not quite as ornate as the last one. But I love that. I love this kind of stuff. Old, very, very old record phone. Notice no gramophone, no horn at the top. Yep. Exactly, Winnicrow. So let me go in and put Sonora Phonograph. I think, did we talk about this last time? Are we pre-radio still in 1916? I think we're like knocking on the door of the radio at this point. Very close. Like maybe it's been developed, but it's not been sent out to people yet. I'd be curious if somebody has a minute to look that up. When was radio not really invented, but when was it like, a fixture in people's homes? I think it was the early 20s. So it might still be a few years before radio. And we will change this to $6,000. Thank you, Dawn. My goodness. Imagine that guy's a $6,000 record player. Better sound great. Better sound really good. And something tells me it probably sounded awful. But they didn't know. It was just the novelty of having music play in your home was cool enough, right? $6,000. I'm going to put that up. You're looking at a $6,000 record player, everybody. My goodness. Okay.
Elon Musk owns Twitter.
Yeah, guys were just talking about that. He bought the whole company, $44 billion.
Can I have just like maybe $10,000 from him?
Oh, cool. Clear as a bell. What would you guys like to, how should we word this? This one's a little odd. Well, let's get a category for it first. Advertising for phonographs. Bam. They sell for $5,200 today. Wow, Eric. Probably beautiful looking, like a piece of furniture with the wood and all. But I bet you the sound is horrific. Wouldn't put my records on it. I put 78s on it. I have tons of. Not modified, 1916. Brand is Sonora. Who now, don't they do bakeware or something? Sonora? Look at Rutan. Hold on. 1920. Nobody had radio. Exactly. That's what I was saying. They weren't a fixture in people's homes, right? So we're still like 5, 6, 7, 8 years prior to radio. Thanks for that, Rutan. So yeah, this was, you know, a big deal. Hence the price tag, I guess. To have music playing in your house was that didn't require an actual person sitting there and playing piano in your parlor like most people did back then. You know, that must have been very, very cool. Revolutionary. All right. We have the brand. We have all this stuff filled out. We have our price. We have our size. This is a tiny ad. I fixed the size on it. It has tone control, which is being heralded as this amazing new option. You see that? The instrument of quality, Sonora clear as a bell tone control. So I guess we'll put that in. Clear as a bell. Tone control option. I like elegant too. That's good. Elegant. Kind of fills it all out, everybody. Look at that. Just a really cool item. And this is one of those smaller ads that you know, we talked about this earlier, how a lot of these very old magazines, like pre-20s, like teens, turn of the century, 1910s, they're chock full of these kind of advertisements that don't jump out at you. Like you could easily blow by them if you're reading through a magazine or you're looking for pictures. Does it say grand by the picture? I'll check that out. But this is one of those, you know, relatively tiny ads, and I think it's a great one. So it's worth spending a few minutes and really looking at every page, and don't just assume it's a bunch of junk, because that's a cool looking item. And I guarantee you there's somebody out there that will love this. Does it say grand by the picture? Yes, it does. It says grand 225. I guess that's the model name, right? Sonora Grand. Good point, Winnicrow. Put in Sonora Grand. F. It does say grand. Yes, Rutan. Thank you. Oh, let's put this in the right category, which would be household items for me. All right. Looking good. List this one. Yeah, exactly, Winnicrow. I think that's the model, because it said grand $225. A fortune. Moving right along. Doing good tonight, everybody. Getting a lot up. Learning a lot. Okay, I thought that was really cool. Let's pull up the next item. All right, we'll do this one, and then I think we're going to be stuck with all car ads after this. Ooh, what did Dawn list link there? Let me pull it up. I trust all of you implicitly, so I feel free opening a link and not worrying about my computer getting zapped. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that picture. Thank you for that, Dawn. It's actually beautiful, isn't it? Holy cow. I'm looking. Oh, and you have a little thing to put your records in the bottom, like a little bin. Wouldn't you love to? I would love to hear what that sounds like. I have the crank. Wow. That's beautiful. What is 6,900 in Canada translate to? You have any idea, Dawn, to American dollars? I'm sure it's a fortune. Oh, they have a video. With a 78 on there. That's awesome. Yeah, beautiful. I agree, Sarah. Beautiful photography. Somebody used a little not Windex. What's the polish called? The wood polish. Oh my goodness, I can't remember names anymore. Honey, what's the wood polish called? Pledge. Somebody used some Pledge.
I don't know, but I just hit 1,300 likes on my.
Okay, PT, go enjoy some real spaghetti. Have a great time. Enjoy it, and thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Made of mahogany. Holy cow. 5,400. Oh, okay. Pledge. Yes, Barry. Thank you. Isn't it funny how certain words just when the camera's in front of you, you're just shooting the breeze like this. It's like product names. Just escaped me. Okay, well, we have next up is another camera company I have not heard of. Has anybody heard of Ansco Cameras and SpeedX Film? Kind of cool. When the winds of March with their touch of spring make you feel the tug of the great outdoors, saunter out with the Ansco Camera. This is a portable camera. It's the only vest pocket camera which shifts its distance range quickly to catch the picture as it moves. All right, so we have an action-packed portable camera here. The name is Ansco. Yeah, what is that hat? It looks like a wing, like it looks like something you'd see in like the Olympics or something. What's that? Oh, Pegasus? Not Pegasus. What's the god of some kind of a god? A Greek god wore that hat, didn't he? The speed guy? What's his name? Yeah, it's a crazy picture. It's superimposed on drawings. You've heard of Psycho paper? It was used for some real photo postcards. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Anybody heard that brand, Ansco? Mercury. Thank you, Winnicrow. Ansco. Yes, Mercury. Thank you. Mercurial. Company based in Binghamton, yes. All right, all you Greek god aficionados. Let's check this out. It says cameras and SpeedX film. So we will put that in. Cameras and SpeedX, which I'm assuming is some sort of trademark name, film. Cameras are another category that stink as far as finding a place to advertise. Look at this. See this? Again, my most hated category is these non-categories. Advertising, print, 1910 to 1919. Film, camera, film. Just try to find something better. I refuse to throw it in the garbage like that. Your ad will never get seen. Camera, film, advertisements. See how it just defaults to like decades? Isn't that crazy? Very frustrating. Now, for my camera people out there, would that be considered a box camera, I wonder? I guess so. It's definitely portable. It says vest pocket camera. I'm actually going to put that too, because that's what they're saying. Vest pocket. SpeedX film. They merged with AGFA. Okay. Wearing parts of a bird's that was a big thing for hats. Ooh, what a crow. Is that right? Oh, yeah, sure. On the brim, right? It's not a box camera. Okay. Jeff, how many Williams shaving cream ads you list? eBay showing you listed 2. Was think 1. Ooh, I hope so. Thank you for that, Jeff. Let's see. Did we list the same one twice? Let me check. Good looking out there, Jeff. I appreciate it. You're right. How the heck did that happen? Thank you very much, Jeff. I'm deleting the second one. I have no idea how that happened. I wonder if that's a eBay glitch. Or if I just stupidly hit submit twice. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Good looking out there. Okay. What is this, Eric, with some sort of folding camera? Okay. This now government-run business continued to survive as a hostile alien property until government control into the 60s. Ansco? Krylov, exactly, Sarah. Krylov double dipping there on my ad. No, there was two in a crow. I just went in. Jeff with a phenomenal call there. I went in. I had the same ad listed twice, like a couple of minutes apart. I think it was the work of Krylov, though. You're right, Sarah. Folding camera. It has bellows. I don't know. Is that the accordion-like thing? Is that called a bellow? Look at this, Eric. What kinds of the months after bombing Pearl Harbor, the U.S. government seized. Ooh, really? Is this the kind of ad we want to be listing, promoting these bums? What do you think, Eric? Should I not give them any marketing? That is a crazy picture, though, everybody. Look at that. Ridiculous hat. The accordion thing. Yeah, it looks like it has that one, a crow. Yep. It's called that's the product name, the Ansco Vest Pocket. Dr. Bellows? And Jimmy G? In 1943, they dropped AGFA. I have never heard of AGFA. What does AGFA stand for? Is it like an acronym for something? And this is a quarter-page ad. See, I got to be careful with this stuff. 7 tall by 5 wide. Oh, I agree with Nicole. Trust me, I'll list anything pretty much, but AGFA film and still is in business. Okay, cool. They make like for everyday cameras, like is it like for movie film or something? Just not a brand I'm familiar with. It's kind of cool though. Again, love learning new things. Put this down to my regular price too. Ansco Vest Pocket cameras and Speedflex film, antique printed. So I don't want to put that AG. Is it said? Is it AGFA or is it AGFA? Do I want to put on? They're not affiliated at this point, right? You said it was purchased years later. I don't want to put a firm that has no business being in this ad. Oh, what else did I screw up here? Categories wrong. Go with just Ansco. Maybe I should Binghamton there, Eric. You'd leave it out. Okay, cool. Sorry. Well, interest in the U.S. and Binghamton factory were taken over by the U.S. government in 1941 due to its ties with Germany. Das Germany. Well, you think Binghamton is? Let me see if I can fit that in. What do you how to spell this? There we go, Binghamton. And why? No, I know he does. Good history there, Eric. I'll list this one. So they put the kibosh on this place, huh? Okay, Dawn. Thanks again for coming. I'm so happy you're feeling better. Go digest that pork mess you just ate, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again. We're only going to do one more, too, because I'm, you might hear it in my voice, I have a little bit of a sore throat today. It's actually hurting me at this point, so we'll do one more ad. so I could shut up for a little bit. Maybe drink some hot tea. Maybe have some delicious Heinz canned spaghetti. Let's see. What will the final one be? You guys want to see a car ad, or do you want to see? We have an advertisement for silk hose or tobacco. Good night, Dawn. That's what's up for grabs, everybody. Car ad, of which we have a bunch. A tobacco ad, or an ad for silk hosiery. You pick, and we'll put it up. The last one for tonight. Your choice. Choices again would be hosiery, tobacco. I'm going to crow with the tobacco request. Barry with the car. And rooting for the hosiery. You knew that would happen. All right. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10,000. Want to crow? Hosiery if in Canada. That's kind of funny. Well, you know what? Again, I have, with all due respect to Barry, because I love the car ads. They're probably the top selling category in my store, actually. But I have so many of them. Like, I still have like 9 or 10 from this batch to list. Barry Hughes, only off by 2, imagine. You stopped smoking last week. Are you serious? If so, congratulations. Let's try something. Yeah, let's try tobacco. Hosiery. You want hosiery? All right, let's do hosiery. Make an executive decision. Very dark ad. Let's pull this up. A company called Phoenix Silk Hose. Who's familiar with that? Anybody familiar with Phoenix Silk Hose? Ladies and gentlemen, going once. Let's see. It says every day in the year, smartly dressed people wear silk hose, and those who want long service wear Phoenix Silk Hose. As durable as it is, stylish and perfect fitting. They have women's and men's, plain colors, fancy effects, made in the US of A. Hosiery is Indiana. That's funny. All right, nothing earth-shattering here, but unique. Again, one of those tiny little ads. So let me fix that. This is a 2-inch wide by 7. Yeah, I don't think anybody's heard of Phoenix. Yeah, that is awesome. Congratulations. Phoenix Silk Hose. Should we put men and women? Should we put durability, made in USA? I know is always a good. It's actually in Milwaukee. The Knitting Works of Milwaukee. Maybe we'll put that in. Let's change our category. Clothing pre-1920. There you go. Stockings, says Tracy. Yes. Should I put men and women's stockings? Because they called socks stockings, right? Men and women talking on phone. Is it one of those old style phones? It's got to be if it's 1916, right? What are those phones called? We talked about that. Penguin phone or something silly? The phones with the separate handpiece like this. You go, hello. There's a name for that kind of phone, everybody. I should have learned it. I thought I wrote that down. I forgot. We had an advertisement for one of those phones. Tracy, should we put men and women stockings? Should I just put silk stockings, right? Stocking. Anamichi.
Hand crank phone?
No, there's a name for the phone. It's a very popular style. Daffodil phone? Candlestick phone. That's what you said. I think we should put that. What do you guys think? candlestick phone. And candlestick. I'm gonna be able to fit that. I'll just put candlestick phone. Mayberry phone? Why do we have so many different names? Same phone.
No, for that one then.
Let's update some specifics before I forget. Sarah, get me Mount Pilot. Don't know what that means either. Sorry. Brand was Phoenix, right? 1920. Ah, Andy Griffith. Sure. Oh, Mayberry. There you go. Mayberry. Gotcha. Now I gotcha. Mayberry RFD, right? That was the color one that came out. Well, I think that would be about it for this guy, right? We only have 7 characters left. If anybody has a quick little word. Socks. Yeah, maybe put socks. Look at that. Perfect, right? And we got the candlestick phone in there. What do we think? I think that's good. Yeah, let it go. Let it rip. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It's 10 after 9. My throat is just killing me at this point. I apologize, but I don't think I can say much. I can't speak much longer. So thank you very much for joining me. Again, I will be on probably Wednesday or Thursday to do another one of these listings, provided I'm still healthy enough to do it. And again, if you guys have anything, you can even email me if you'd like. JiminyFlipIt@gmail.com. If you guys have any requests for stuff you'd like to look up for free on WorthPoint, let me know, and I'll get the information over to Travis. He'll look it up, and then I will come on back and get you guys the information that you request. So just send me an email if you weren't able to put a comment in. I got yours when across, so I'll definitely send that out to him. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Rutan. Thank you. And thank you, Onata, for joining tonight. I'm glad you were able to actually, you said you usually watch the replays, right? So I was glad to see you live. Have a great night, everybody. I really appreciate you showing up, and I will see you next time.